Big news! It is confirmed and it is on its way. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome to our first look trailer analysis for Farming Simulator 22, coming out on November 22nd, 2021 for everything. PC, Xbox, PS4, PS5. It is confirmed to be coming out on all these consoles, and all the things that we've wanted and dreamed for and been able to mod in before now coming to the base game, such as what you see here, the ability to harvest and also plant and grow and take care of things like vineyards and grapes and, of course, olives. And then, of course, the ability to snowplow and have seasons are now coming to the game, and also production. So, for example, you could take grain to a mill, turn it into flour, and then deliver it to a bakery, that type of thing. We're about to go over the trailer here and take a closer look at a few of the things that have been released so far. I've been scouring, trying to find all the information I can and things that have been confirmed, but also there's still probably, at this point, more things we want to know than are actually confirmed. So anything else you may find out, make sure you share down below. And of course, since this is before release, some things are subject to change. Let's watch the trailer.
A wise man once said, to forget how to dig the soil, tend the earth, is to forget ourselves. Well, maybe some have, but a few of us still know. You gotta be willing to put in the time, make the sacrifices, and the hard choices. The job's got its perks, don't get me wrong. The sweet smell of the morning dew, the way the warm sun and the cool breeze can dance across your skin. But don't think it's a game. The farm's got a way of sorting the wheat from the chaff. Just remember to keep your wits about you. You fall, you get back up again. Because this is more than just a job. It's a calling. Who else would choose to wake up early in the morning, tear up their hands working in the fields all day, and then spend the evening planning how they're going to do it all over again, better, tomorrow? Day after day. Season after season. Year after year. That's a calling that's never ending. It stretches far forward and back from us as long as farmers have been tending this earth. And farmers will be around as long as such a thing exists. Tomorrow is secured by those willing to dirty their hands today. So when you feel alone out there in the field, just remember, you're not. Think about all those that have come before you. And all those that'll follow. Plant today. Harvest tomorrow.
And there we go, we have a release date, November 22nd, 2021, and a look at the Collector's Edition. Here's some more beautiful looks at the landscape. The Midwest is where we're going to, where the winters and the autumn and the summer and the spring are all very different and have, of course, different challenges with humidity and temperature. And it'll be interesting to see how and where they pick the crops to be put onto the map, and, of course, to see all the farm fields. I haven't yet seen anything of the map in terms of its layout, but some of the locations, including the gas stations and the production buildings, all look fantastic. And of course, the ability to produce is going to be, of course, really our first time in doing this, aside from mods. Again, this is all about the base game and all coming for all consoles and PC. Here's a look at local school, and there's our farmstead too. Many other buildings will be scattered across the map, things like your lumber mill and your oil factories and your mills and bakeries and such. And so, of course, as I'd mentioned, you bring your flour to the flour mill and then eventually to the bakery, where then it can be turned into bread and delivered too, and hopefully a lot more jobs coming through. Let's take a look then at the trailer, kind of an extended look going back to promises of features in the future, and of course kind of delivering on everything from the past. It is highly likely that we're going to see tractor brands and models from the past return, as well as a lot of new stuff. We have a lot of confirming to do for all sorts of different equipment and all sorts of manufacturers, but the hype is real when it comes to all the things for all the new jobs, really around winemaking and the olive harvesting, and that's going to be quite interesting to see how they do that and kind of do it a little differently than the mods. For example, will we be able to own a vineyard and a winery separate from the farm? Will we be able to do it kind of like how logging is done, where it's somewhat of a separate thing? It has kind of its own production chain, but it is nice to see that we at least have ourselves a farm again, and the customization tools from before for all the terraforming and making our own landscapes. There's still a lot of things I want to see in the Farm Sim series. I want to be able to build my own farm from scratch, and I want there to be more buildings, such as in SnowRunner and in MudRunner, where we can haul things across the map and actually build something rather than just making it a placeable. And that's one of the things that is really a nice distraction from the farming. Farming is absolutely fantastic, as well as this trailer, too. They did an incredible job with this trailer. You got to hand it to the team for really putting in a lot of work of making it look epic, as it is. And, of course, hopefully they deliver on all the promises here to really surpass our expectations. And as you know, mods are just going to blow everything out of the water. The dev team is great, but what the modding community can do, it's the same with American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator, and also Microsoft Flight Simulator, is this provides us with a base. So all the harvesting that we could do with grapes and do all sorts of different things at the vineyard, it's going to be awesome to see if we can hire employees to do different things and possibly to build and do maintenance. That's one thing I think is missing from the game as well, is maintenance and smaller jobs to do around the farm. But one thing they've definitely got right with this is the ability to do snow plowing, which means that, yeah, there's more homestead operations, more things to do with farming that are not necessarily farming. These jobs have to be done in order to maintain the farm, and nobody else is going to do it. So it comes down to you in order to maintain your property, get everything delivered where it needs to go, and make some profit. But I want to see more than just money in this game, and I'm really hoping that we see the ability to turn things into products that we can use and just, not only make money from them for doing the production chains, but also to be able to build a giant farmstead that's our own. That, I feel, is the thing that has always been missing from Farming Sim that they could do sometime in the future. Again, another look at the vineyard here. I'm really looking forward to seeing how we lay this out and how it's all placed out. Do we just purchase a field, click wine or something like that, or vineyard grapes, a type of grape? Can we pick different types of crop for it? There are many different types of grapes, so I hope it's not just a menu where you select and it just pops in. I really hope we get to do all the setup here and the irrigation, and maybe going out and checking the crop from time to time too, to make sure it's ripe and ready for different types of wine. That's going to be the biggest draw, is to bringing all these grapes to a winery in order to turn it into wine and then sell it to a market. So it'll be interesting. And of course, that's kind of an alcoholic process, so they might bring the rating up to teen or something. They might not do that based on the rating. You might not think of that, but it is possibly something they could do. And I'm really liking the look of the buildings. I feel like this is still looking a lot like Farming Simulator 19, and it always kind of seems to do that. I feel that 17 looked a lot like 15, but 19 looked new, and so it always seems like the last two versions of Farming Simulator seem to share a lot in common with each other, which is good, because farming is not changed, yet it's changed completely all at the same time. And so the game is going to be somewhat similar too, where we have things like telehandlers and doing silage and working with manure and shipping things around the farm in small batches and in large batches too. So it'll be interesting to see how much they bring over from the previous game. Will we see Big Bud? Will we see some of the equipment and smaller vehicles from previous versions into the new version? I hope to see a very small and slow farm start. One of the favorite thing that I like to see in the game itself is people modding it to do more survival series and building from small beginnings all the way up. If there's a huge end game, then it's fun to rush to that and be able to use any of the equipment that you want. So I also hope to see a multiplayer mode or a single player mode where we can put it into an unlimited money mode, so that way we can take all of our mods and do anything that we wish with it, or the vanilla game and just do setups and scenarios. That's what's really fun, is not only just starting the farm and playing through that way, but also to do a big grain harvest, or to take all of your vehicles and maybe wash them, or take them out for maintenance, or reorganize them around a farm, or go and buy equipment and load it all up and bring it back. Those are scenarios that are fun to do that don't often happen in the basic game, right? Like if you're just playing it without any money cheats in a realism format, even that sometimes doesn't feel real too. But I gotta give this game great praise, because every time they always add enough to make it different and unique and bring stuff back from the past too, so it kind of introduces you and makes you feel enough familiar from the previous game so you know what you're doing, but also enough new stuff where it's interesting as well. It's a very hard balance to do, a very fine balance, and they've done well since Farming Simulator 15. I joined in Farming Sim 13, and in 15 I thought it was a fantastic step forward. Thought a lot of the stuff from 17 was somewhat similar, and really just continue to enjoy the series as it continues to grow. A lot of cool stuff here in the Collector's Edition too. The USB beacon, which apparently works on your desktop, like if you literally put it on your desk, and I think it wirelessly connects to your computer, so whenever you use your lights in-game, it'll pop up. There's also a nice little poster of the map and a few stickers for you to enjoy, as well as some tutorial videos. But anyway, that's about all the information I have now, other than more information coming down. Make sure you subscribe, smash like, and enjoy another review of the trailer. See you soon.
A wise man once said, to forget how to dig the soil, tend the earth, is to forget ourselves. Well, maybe some have, but a few of us still know. You gotta be willing to put in the time, make the sacrifices, and the hard choices. The job's got its perks, don't get me wrong. The sweet smell of the morning dew, the way the warm sun and the cool breeze can dance across your skin. But don't think it's a game. The farm's got a way of sorting the wheat from the chaff. Just remember to keep your wits about you. You fall, you get back up again. 'Cause this is more than just a job. It's a calling. Who else would choose to wake up early in the morning, tear up their hands working in the fields all day, and then spend the evening planning how they're gonna do it all over again, better, tomorrow? Day after day. Season after season. Year after year. That's a calling that's never ending. It stretches far forward and back from us as long as farmers have been tending this earth. And farmers will be around as long as such a thing exists. Tomorrow is secured by those willing to dirty their hands today. So when you feel alone out there in the field, just remember, you're not. Think about all those that have come before you. And all those that'll follow. Plant today. Harvest tomorrow.